Hi, John. I find that this assignment has helped me become more aware that dual relationships are actually common in the counseling profession. I'm from Virginia, and that was the most common reason for a board to discipline a counselor here as well. I agree that both the counselor and the client are going to be affected from this behavior, and more oftentimes than not, it's going to not be in a positive manner. You mentioned that fraud was often another trend that you saw in your state. Comparing the amount of fraud cases to the dual relationship cases, how frequently did the fraud cases appear? Also, how recent were the cases? I know in my state, the cases were within the last 90 days. In the cases you discussed regarding the counselor seeing a 19-year-old client, was the counselor charged with any criminal crimes? If not, do you think it was due to the age of the client, where the client was over the age of 18? As the American Counseling Association ACA Code of Ethics 2014 points out, sexual and/or romantic counselor-client interactions or relationship with current clients, their romantic partners, or their family members are prohibited. This prohibition applies to both in-person and electronic interactions or relationships. I, too, am surprised at how common this occurs in the counseling profession, especially because of how clear the ACA Code of Ethics describes that this act is strictly prohibited. It's not one of the topics that can be interpreted in a different way. It strictly says that it's prohibited. As you discussed regarding the Florida State Code, that it does not go into great detail regarding counselor impairment, do you feel that this is something that should be addressed and talked about more? I too believe that it may be hard to self-assess and recognize counselor impairment. I think that being able to have a plan in place to make sure we as counselors can step back and evaluate ourselves prior to entering the counseling profession may be useful to us. Thank you, and look forward to hearing from you soon.